Hello and welcome back to Corks and Controllers. My name is Victor, and joining me is not the cheesy counselor, but maybe a familiar face.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
It's Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez in the flesh. Yeah, I have new glasses and a
sporty attire.
A sporty attire and a few pounds heavier. How's it going?
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. It's funny, though, behind the scenes, Victor would ask me, just like, hey, do I look fat in the shot? I'm like, are you listening to yourself right now? He's like, no, I usually wouldn't worry at all. But I got called fat by a mutual friend, by a mutual coworker. I was like, oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
Poor guy.
That hurts the soul. But it also depends on how they do it, though, because they could try to be nice about it.
It's not my story, but from what I recall, I think it was like, it's like, you don't usually look that heavy except on camera. And he's just like, oh, what?
Hey, they say the camera adds 5 pounds, or
I think sitting does it, because like you can be like the slimmest you ever felt, and then as soon as you get like a little, and then you crouch over it, it just kind of folds in.
Yeah,
it's terrible. You
got spare tire comes out.
That's why I'm always sitting up. I'm always adjusting mid-show. Anyways, editor, cut that out. No, Ramirez, it's great to see you again. We also used to work at an undisclosed location together. Mm-hmm. But as well, we've been on a couple of shows together as well, which is why I say you're a familiar face. So it's great to have you back in spirit. But not on this show. Not on this show, Corks and Controllers. Have you ever listened?
I haven't.
I'm throwing you under the bus right now.
You are. But no, I definitely, I'm always here to support you. And so I'm here, man.
That's very nice.
I'm here.
So here's how the show works. So usually we gab and gob for a couple of minutes just to get the ball rolling, to feel all relaxed. Mm-hmm. And eventually we get into our featured drinks, which we taste live on the show. Now, usually we have a big smarty pants like Mr. Victor here who tells us about what we're drinking. But since I only really know things about Tioga Sequoia, like I know like a fun fact or two. This is mostly just live tasting. We're just going to taste it. We're just going to enjoy ourselves. We're not going to put on our freaking graduation cap or whatever.
No.
Our thinking cap, I meant.
It's already, we're in a different boat because I'm sure you guys tasted wine, right? Like that's very sophisticated. It's very classy, a little more elegant. But what I bring to the show, my guy, is a little bit of, a cold brewski with the boy.
We're cracking over cold ones.
A little less sophisticated.
This is the vibe of today's episode. We're just cracking some cold ones with the bros. And then after that, we do our pairing things, which usually I talk about a video game. Mr. Victor pairs a wine, spirit, or beer with it. And then he'll talk about usually what he's been drinking or excited about. And I try to pair a game with it. But again, we're just chilling out today. We're just going to talk games. We're going to talk alcohol. Yeah. Maybe we'll catch up a little bit. Maybe I want to know what's on your feet. What are those? Does people still say that?
You're such a boomer. No, these are, my Nike Jordan ones.
They look nice.
A couple years old. I like these shoes a lot. They're my daily.
They look good for everyday use.
Oh, yeah.
2 years.
Every day.
My stuff gets beat up so easily.
No, when I started my new job, actually, because I got a quote unquote like office job now. Mm-hmm. So for the first, I don't know, a month, maybe 2 months, I was wearing the dress shoes. Mm-hmm. But dude, I hate the dress shoes. I hate them. So as soon as I felt comfortable, I guess, 2 months in, I was just like, okay, I'm going to try it. I'm going to wear my sneakers. If they say anything, I'll have to go back to the dress shoes. Mm-hmm. They never said anything. So that's why I dressed like a confused adult/teenager with the button up and the sneakers. So,
that's usually the strat. Like when we came into our mutual jobs, we were just like, okay, we had like polo-ish kind of things, and you buttoned it up all the way, and you made sure your pants were clean before you got in, even though we're laborers.
Yeah.
And nice shoes. And then like after a while, you're like, you haven't washed your shirt in like a week and a half. It's all fucked up. Your pants have like the same dirty knees from like the last shift, and you're just like, oh, fucking care anymore.
After a while, after that like probationary period, whether you have it or not, like in your head, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna try something. If I get away with it, they don't say anything, I'm good. You don't have to worry.
No, man. Now I have the whole shebang. I got work. Well, not work. It's like they give you the credit for your shoes, so you're sort of obligated to just wear them. But it's also policy you have to wear. So I have to wear my work issue shoes, my work issue little coat, and my hat.
Oh, you have a hat
and a name tag. If I don't have my name tag, I get an earful.
Oh,
I'm like, it's just my name. Customers don't need to know my name.
They don't need to know your name.
No,
I stand by that.
It's like the one time they need to know my name is when they glance over and they're just like, oh, thank you, Victor. I'm like, you're so genuine. You're so hard. Okay, let's get.
I was never a fan of the name tag. I think I try to prank people. Because I would lose it. I remember I would lose my name tag so often that you gave me one of yours, and like we put a sticker of my name, like one of those stick label makers.
Oh yeah, the label maker. Yeah. We just put them over.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I still have it, but I was not a fan of them because I just didn't like the way it felt on my skin. So I would tell people that I had a pacemaker, and then in my heart, like I would fucking make that shit up.
I remember that.
Yeah, dude.
I thought you were serious for the longest time.
I know. I wasn't, and I mean, yeah, I could put it on the other side, but I still didn't like the way it felt on my skin. So I would literally make up a serious medical issue. The fucking yeah, good times.
Vera's gonna fucking. She's gonna freaking carve your ass now. Now that she knows, I don't know. I think she liked the page, but I'm not sure. So
yeah,
I won't know. I won't know until next episode because I planned a little thing in the last episode where I was just like, "Vera, if you're listening,
okay,
leave a call." Let's get into the show.
Yeah, let's do it.
What should we crack? Should we crack open the ones that are her wallets or the ones?
Do you want to like do like a little introduction of the beer, a little 360 maybe?
Okay. Here we go. We'll start from left to right. So I decided for my casual sipper is a Tioga Sequoia Valley Haze IPA. There you go, everyone. If you live in the valley, there's no way you haven't had at least one of their drinks.
Oh yeah.
If not the General Sherman, then you probably had the Half Dome. You probably had the 99.
Super solid lineup.
Yeah, so I like hazes, so I always go for that. I have no idea what this is, but I mean, it says high score and it's an alcohol. That's like the crux of the show. But the thing that sold me the most was when I read the sign and it said a smoothie style sour IPA or sour ale. I mean, and it's just like, ooh, it has notes of lemonade and mango and passion fruit and red. I was like, sold.
That's like don't tell you me. As a beer.
Yeah, we had another one. In similar style, it was the Cellar Maker Galaxy Blaster. It had like Galaga expired art all over it. That one was really tasty as well. This one is made by 450 North Brewing Company in Columbus. Ooh.
Ohio. Shout out.
There we go. Sorry, the Steve Austin branding kind of makes me laugh. So what do we got here? We got El Segundo Brewing. We got Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA. Magnificent. Look at that.
Classic. I don't have to explain why I chose that as a 90s 2000s WWE WWF wrestling fan. Doesn't get better than that. And I've had that before. It's tasty.
You've had this before?
I have. Yeah.
You cheater.
Was I not supposed to?
No.
Okay. No.
Ooh, it's sweating. Ooh. That nice. Let's see. It features Citra, Cascade, Chinhook hops. Big flavor with an easy finish. I like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll have a little pour of that as well. And then for Ramirez is easy sipping. Again, we went Tioga Sequoia, half dome, like we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We got a California wheat with peaches.
Stone fruit, I think, is one of the ingredients in that, which I really, really do enjoy.
Oh, named after the Yosemite National Park. Iconic cliff. Look at that. Come to California.
Have you ever been to Yosemite?
I have, yeah.
Yosemite, sorry.
You say Yosemite? I thought you did it on purpose. I have, yeah.
Okay.
It's very cool. I love it.
Do you have to buy like a day pass or something?
I think. Okay. I don't remember.
I've never been.
I remember getting oh, no. I got tickets for like a tour that goes through it, but not for the actual park. I'm pretty sure you just pay for your car.
Okay.
Like the park or whatever the way they phrase it.
Okay. Pretty cool.
Sure. Well, I'm going to open this bad boy to get the show started.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, splashed on me a little bit. Ooh. Anyways. There we go. Now, Ramirez, while we're pouring these, please allow me to ask you how you're doing. How are you?
I'm doing well. Do you want the serious answer or the showbiz answer?
You can give us the showbiz answer. No one's entitled to know your personal life.
Well, I'm really fucking depressed. No, I'm just kidding. No, things are going good. I feel like I'm in a okay place in my professional career.
Oh, good.
My personal life is good. I have cheers.
Oh, I can't believe it. I didn't know. Can't believe I missed it.
Okay, so straight away, as you know, I don't game as much as I used to before,
mm-hmm.
which kind of sucks.
Get off my show.
No, but I do. And tell me if this is an embarrassment. I tend to go back to games that I liked playing when I was in high school. And one of those games being the original Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
As you probably know, the servers are back up because of the whole merger purchase of whatever company.
Oh, you mean Microsoft trying to buy Activision?
Yes, yeah. That's exactly what I meant. So servers are back up, and MW2 for me was one of those games that I would go to school, I would get home from school and immediately hop on.
Mm-hmm.
I clocked in so many hours on that game, and it was actually it was the first game that I ever played online. So that was a huge part of it too. So, I would no life that game. And when I heard that the servers were back up, I was like, I have to try this.
Oh, cool.
So I dusted off the old Xbox One, and to my surprise, I was in games. And it was super cool, super nostalgic.
Like nothing's ever happened? Just rolling the games?
I was back in 2009.
I'm more well, I'm not surprised because Call of Duty is a big one and that was a lot of people's favorite games, but still, for after all these years, people are hopping on those old servers instead of playing Warzone, which is vaguely free, and like any of the new stuff with all the new creature comfort features. That's sick. I will say that I was sort of like mine with everyone else. Obviously, the Call of Duty community is very toxic and they hate anything.
Oh yeah.
But I was somewhat in line with just how many kill streak options there were, and how you can like kind of cheese the gameplay a little bit. Mm-hmm. And yet, for some reason, I think it was also like my most played Call of Duty.
Really?
Of all time, yeah. because I love 4. Is it so? The first Modern Warfare one, so it's probably a competition in hours, but I wouldn't even like bat an eye if someone was able to pick up that data for me.
I would love to see how many exact hours I clocked in on that game.
Yeah, like compare the hours to hours, and like Modern Warfare 2 still beats out. I wouldn't even be surprised. I'm like, well, yeah.
That's so funny that you say that, because for me, like I said earlier, MW2 was my first. I never played the CoD 4 multiplayer, but MW3, so the one after MW2, I feel like it would be really interesting to see how many hours I clocked into on that game. I think it might rival MW2 numbers. But for some reason, whatever reason, I decided to... that's all I've been playing. MW2 strictly.
Yeah. No more Apex. No more
Apex. Man, that was my game for like 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, to answer your initial question, like, no, I don't think there's anything about like that. I mean, there are some games I go back to, but like I would only really have that craving for like about a week. But there are so many games that I would rather replay than anything new. So I think in terms of that, it's not embarrassing at all.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I had another point, and now I'm losing it. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing! Live in front of my own parents.
No, hey, the lights are kind of intimidating. I don't blame you.
I know the lights are so, like, to look forward to see if like, was the camera still going, and like whatever the hell my cats are doing. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah.
But looking at you is fine.
No, yeah, your head. What's going on in your head is probably a lot different than what's going on in mine.
Yeah, but yeah, I love playing old games. Oh wait, that was my point. Yeah, that I love going back, replaying a lot of single player games, because I'm just a loner. I'm a lone wolf. I carve my own path. So like I would like, I think it was like 2 years ago, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna beat all the Uncharted's. I'm gonna start with the first one. Like I started with the regular first one, the one that came out on PS3. Yeah, PS3. Oh my god, that game's old. No, this is what happened. I played the re-release that was on PS4, and then there's a remastered Uncharted collection, the Nathan Drake collection, on PS4 and PS5. So like, I started on the PS4 version and then moved to the PS5 version like midway through, and then beat it that way. And then 2 and 3 are also on there, so I beat those. And then I beat 4, and then I beat the DLC story pack, and I was just like, man, I think I love Uncharted. I love it so much that I'm just willing, even though I beat it years ago,
right? Know
the story like the back of my hand. I'm still just like, I need the comfort. I need the comfort.
You still get that fulfillment of, beating games. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I needed, and that's what I got. Let me tell you.
I feel like me and you are very different in that sense, because I've always been a multiplayer. But the thing is that I'm a loner like you. I never like team up or clan up with anybody. I'm always like a solo in a team, which can be good, can be bad. If I'm not doing so hot, I don't got to listen to anybody to tell me to step up or anything.
Yeah, I think that's part of where the differences start to stack up between me and yours brains. Is that because I can't because I can't control the vast and abrasive nature of human behavior, that I'm just like, man, I can't stand people who like either talk too loudly or take it too seriously or don't take it seriously at all, or being homophobic or any sorts of the like. So it's just like, let me be a control freak, control every inch of my gaming environment by just playing a solo game or only inviting my friends or any instance like that, which is why I've been playing like this VR game solely there's multiplayer options, and it's arguably more fun with multiplayer because it's a bunch of people who like pretend they're in the military and like try to intricately operate their rifle. But then like I get in one game where it's just like middle, go middle, go middle, go middle, and then like some person's like join game and like their gamer tag is like femboy. They're like, femboy, freaking F word, lowercase F word, get out of here. I'm just like,
oh,
Jesus.
God.
I'm going back to playing with the computers for like 3 hours straight.
Yeah, that's a big issue when it comes to multiplayer games. Just, you get those assholes, dude. Like you said, they're either super, super offensive, or they're not good at the game, or like a perfect example, the MW2, remember the whole noob tube danger close thing?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I never get into arguments with people ever. Like, that's just, I never hook up my mic. But you know, like those MW2 lobbies, the lobbies are crazy themselves.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks ago, I wasn't doing too well in game, and this dude, like everybody else is playing like, oh, back on MW2, like, oh, whether it's new or like you've played it before, like when it released, like you're just enjoying playing the game like normally.
Yeah.
But then you have this dude that's like noob tubing, one-man army, like, and that dude, he got under my skin, dude, and like I went back and forth with him, which I never do. Like, I never do that. But
I'm grown up now. I can defend myself.
Man, it's just so annoying when the entire lobby is just, you know, like I said, we're trying to relive those years and recreate that fun. Man, for somebody to come and do that, it's just, it's not fun. It takes the fun out of it, and I had to, you know, tell him a couple words, tell him to
lay down the law,
kindly disconnect his controller.
Sir, would you politely shut off your console for me, please?
But I was just like, I even told my girlfriend, I was like, I'm going back and forth with this dude, and like he's still doing bad. It's not like he's improving his score by cheating.
Yeah, he's not backing it up.
No, he's not. So tell him awful.
Tell him a little. Tell him a little bit. This is making me wonder if people are selling their old 360 copy. Ooh, $14. I'll get it in on $14.
Oh man, it's so much fun. I still have a blast playing that game.
I have a disc-based Xbox. It's okay.
Right. You
can throw the disc in without paying those online Xbox store prices.
Mm-hmm. No, it's cool. I'm in a conundrum though, because, and like I really hate that I'm still talking about this game, but it's the only game I play, man. I played Apex for like 5 years. I try to get into Street Fighter, but man, I can't. Everybody's just so advanced.
Yeah.
They have like decades on me.
I bet you're excited to see the Street Fighter 6 announcements, but then immediately remember that the most tryhard people are going to be in that game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and apparently they have like a new excuse me, cut that out. They have a new what is it, like a configuration where it's like it's supposed to be a modern way of playing the game, where it makes it easier for you to be able to compete with, you know, the classic people. Yeah. No, it's just super intimidating to me, and my heart starts beating really, really fast because it's like a one-on-one, and I can't handle the pressure when it comes to the fighting games, man.
Yeah, I mean, when Kaylin and I were waiting for Mr. Victor, we decided to play some like Mortal Kombat 11 before the show started, and like I haven't played a fighting game with someone like maybe my own sister, maybe Nicole, like probably like 2 years or something, and even longer ago with strangers. So obviously I don't know how Kalen likes to play his video games, so like it got intense. Mind you, only in my head. In my head it was super intense. To him, he's just like laughing and being like, we're hanging out, we're having some. But to me, I'm just like fuck, dude, I have a sliver of health and I need to hit him with a combo. Fuck. Oh. So like, yeah. Although I did play a little bit of Tekken. I forgot which one, the one on the PS4. Because my nephews still play Tekken. They love that fucking game.
Oh yeah.
So I forgot where we were. Maybe it was like someone's party and like we're at the old place, my parents' place, and like they're playing online. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. And and it was like intense then too, because I was just like, this is a strange. I was like, it's a stranger. There's maybe some lag because it's just natural over the internet and like whatever. And I was just like, my beads of sweat were going down my head and my hands are sweating. I'm like wipe my hands. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy. Especially Tekken. I feel like that's an even more complex game than Street Fighter is.
But I don't know. It's not surprising. Nothing you're saying is surprising me. This is coming from the literal man who told me like earlier in our friendship that you're just like, man, I play like a new game like every 6 years.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, Ramirez, what a gag, what a funny thing to say. And then over our years of knowing each other, I was like, oh wait, this guy's not lying.
Yeah, I'm a good consumer. They get their money out of me, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad you don't play like JRPGs or like MMOs because all they ever do is charge you for every update they ever do. Well, there's some games that are like update the game for free for years, but if you ever got into a game where like they had like expansions like every year, they get so much money.
Oh yeah,
they would get so much money.
Oh yeah, I know that's true. Which reminds me, I used to have a game on my phone called Summoner's War, and it was like a real time. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of Summoner's War?
I haven't, but I know you're gonna.
Okay, I know you're about it's like one of those gotcha games.
God damn it.
Dude, I played that game on and off since like 2014.
I'm gonna let you cook, but
yeah, dude, and it was a real problem because not necessarily that I would spend a lot of money on it, but it was just super addicting, and you know, like I wasn't having fun playing the game. Like it wasn't
Wait,
fun.
What?
It wasn't.
No, I don't know where you're going with this.
It's pretty much like one of those games. I'm pretty sure they're like interchangeable. You summon a monster with squirrels, not squirrels, but squirrels.
Oh, squirrels.
I can't say that word. You summon. You know, there's fixed summoning rates to get the super powerful ones. It's like a 0.0 whatever chance.
Yeah.
And that was always the goal, to try to get a very rare summon. And it must have been this year I finally got like a super rare one, and I was just like, okay, now that I have one, like I'm not gonna do this all over again to try to get another one. So I just completely just did cold turkey. I had a guild, dude, and I didn't even tell them that I was quitting after so many years. I'm a horrible person. Shout out First Light. That was my guild.
Oh my god. Man, guilds. I think I've only been part of like one game club, and oh my god, hey, he's not allowed to scratch the couch. He got away with it. He was basically done scratch. I didn't realize he was doing it.
Oh yeah,
with these giant headphones on. But anyways, yeah, last time I was part of like any like gaming club. Hey, god damn it, fucking stop it. He's being an asshole because he's hungry. Okay, so last time I was in like any gaming club guild thing. I'm about to kick your goddamn ass. Get out here. Get. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? He doesn't like that.
Oh want to announce Victor just kicked the crap out of that cat.
In case anyone is calling for animal abuse,
Call Pete.
I give him medium to light pats on the butt, and he likes it except when he's hungry. When he's hungry, he's just like, nah, you're annoying me. But when he's full and happy, he's like,
Oh, yeah.
so conditional.
Just like humans, you know? Sometimes.
Yeah, when I'm hungry, don't pat my butt too hard.
No. It's only after the meal. Then you can pat me.
Anyway.
You tell me about being in a guild.
Last time I was in a guild. Last time I was in a game club. I was in a Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2 guild. It was called Why So Serious. I think they changed their name to Seriousless after a while. I don't know why. If you like Heath Ledger, if you like the Batman movies, there's nothing wrong with calling your. There's no shame in calling your club Why So Serious. But the cool part about, oh my God, he's doing it again. Okay, I'm not gonna make this episode about me chasing my cat every 5 seconds. So, although I don't want him to eat styrofoam either. All right. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Poor kitty.
Get. Okay. Now he expects it. Okay, cut that part out. Editor Victor. Okay. And yeah, and there'll be times where like I would phase from existence for like 2-3 years, and then like I'll like change browsers or computers or wherever the heck's happening, whatever situation calls for looking through all my old bookmarks on my internet browser, and I'm just like, what is this link? And I click on it, and all the nostalgia would hit me. I'm like, oh, my old clan. And I'd sign in, and I'd be like, hey, guys, because they had like a live chat feature on their website that, now that I think about it, is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I was going to say, like, where did you... That's cool.
Yeah, they had like an old-fashioned, like, MSN-style, like, chat room live on the website. But anyways, and I go in there, and I'm like, hey, guys. I was like... I've like typed like I live with like a billion eyes, and props to them. Like a good 2-3 of them would recognize me. They'd be like, "Oh, Killed in Silence. Hey man, what's going on?"
That's special. That's cool.
And like I'm like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And like I play like a game or two with like one of them, and then I drop off the face of the planet for another 3 years. That now it's officially gone. I forgot what year, but I remember signing in and it gave me a 404 error. I was like, no, the website's down. That's so sad. But
a part of me would have died.
They're on my friends list, so I know some of them still play regularly. Like sometimes, you know, you'll get the little, someone's online on PlayStation, and I'm just like, good on you, man. You still play games.
That's awesome. That's super cool. I wish that I would have, you know, befriended more people back then, because like I said, I was never like a party or a guild type of person back then. But that's super special, because I see a lot of videos like on the internet. They're like, oh, like I met up with this dude that I was gaming for like so many years, and like they're actual buds, and you know, that's super cool to me that you meet somebody in a video game and then you end up meeting them in person and you actually become friends. Like that's always been super like cool to me.
Dude, I almost been in that situation.
Really?
Oh God, I'm so sorry, everybody. Did I ever tell you that story? Okay. So a billion years ago, I played Gears of War 2 for the Xbox 360, and I met this really cool kid, who back then. God, I don't know any games that do this anymore, but while you're playing campaign, you can set it to like anyone can join, and then people will like drop in and out of your campaign story with almost minimal interruptions, like no like loading screens. They'll just say they're there, and then like the next time you die, or if the chapter like hits a checkpoint, they'll just spawn. And it's like it's so nice. Barely
That's
any games.
Super cool.
Barely any games do that anymore. It's stupid. But anyways. But this guy joins, and he ended up sticking with me to pretty, like, I was playing I was going through a phase where I was playing like Gears of War games, like the entire, like I won't fall asleep until like 8 a.m. the next day, and I played near the beginning of this game, all the way to the final boss with this random ass kid, and I was just like, and I was like, this is super duper awesome. Thank you for playing with me. Thank you for sticking in there. It got really heady near the end. We kept dying. So thanks for sticking to that final boss.
Was there like a chat feature, or you guys were on the mic?
At first, we weren't on mics. After a few chapters, and I realized that guy was sticking around, I was just like, I had to do the text thing. Like, yeah. And it's so awkward because your character starts moving. And it's just like, is he bored? Is he mid quitting? Is he about to start? Is he about to hit the start button and quit? I was like, no. So I had to make sure I had to type super fast as possible with the fucking analog stick, and be like, thanks for playing with me or whatever. And I think that's what helped him stay, because he's like, oh, this guy's really nice.
That's blah, cool. Blah. Yeah.
And then so after a few chapters of like text thing, I finally, because this is my brother's Xbox, I finally found the drawer that I'm like, oh, here it is. I put the headset on, I'm like, hello? And he's like, oh, I thought you didn't have a mic. And I'm just like, I found it. And yeah, and then I ended up adding him on Twitter, because I was super into Twitter then. I think his username was like Cuzubon, like Cuzubon.
Okay.
Maybe there's an A in there somewhere. I don't know.
Shout out.
And like, I would like DM him sometimes and be like, hey, how are you? I was like, oh, what are you playing lately? He's like, oh, I got Animal Crossing for the Switch. Like, that's how long, from 360 to Switch to PS4 era, or PS4 to Switch era, like that's how long we've been randomly chatting, until one day, the part of the story I meant to say, and then one day, because he lived in Texas, he's like, hey, I was thinking about moving to Seattle. Like, I guess he thought it was important enough to tell. And I was like, that's super cool, man. Yeah, Seattle's like really close to California. Actually, do you know what PAX West is? He's just like, oh, dude, I always wanted to go to PAX. And I was like, oh man, we should go one day. But like, I was too poor. I never had a ticket.
Right.
So like, that was like my close enough thing, where I was like, I do have opportunities to go to Seattle, to Washington or whatever, but I'm also a broke high school student, so
right, yeah,
not really. and then one day he was coming down to California for like a concert, I think. And like, I remember DMing him being just like, I'll meet you there, like being very hopeful, and then it didn't happen. But anyways,
was he around your age? Did you know, like?
Yeah, I think he was like 2 years older than me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Yeah, I never really had anybody that I would like constantly play with, and I'm not sure why that is. I was just never.
Well, that's the funny part. We've only played that game.
Oh, that.
We almost never played any other game together. Like, we played like once or twice after Gears.
That's pretty cool. I do like that. I admire that. The commitment. It's just like, okay, like, you're pretty good at this game. All right, dude, let's be friends. Let's add each other on Twitter.
What am I doing? I have a cup. Okay.
What have you been playing?
What have I... Well, I mentioned earlier I was playing VR games.
Yes.
So, let me tell you guys about it. Ding! So lately I've been playing the Quest 2, which I think we featured a few episodes back. It's a VR headset by Facebook. I hate to admit that part, but yeah, Facebook did help make it.
You have a vendetta against Mark.
I do. Marky Mark is he's on my shit list. Although apparently the internet thinks he's cool now lately. Because, yeah, dude. Because now he's super jacked and he's into MMA, and he takes he's one of those people where it's like, you think a dumb billionaire would just pay his way in and just like fight. Oh no,
dude, he's competing.
No, he's competing legitimately, and he's like super serious. Like, he won't fight just for sheer, like he fights for fun and for training. And I'm like,
oh, dude, he's like training with super high MMA guys. Like he's competing in Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournaments, and like he's really in. He jumped both feet, so he's legit. Like he's got the MMA community's like approval.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's funny too because when he was a week or two ago, when he was introducing the Quest 3 that just got announced, he came on stage. And everyone on the internet, like on Twitter and like Threads and whatever other social media sites there are nowadays, they wouldn't stop talking about how jacked he was. And I was like, and I was at work, so I was like, what? So I looked at some screenshots. I was like, fuck, God, he is jacked. Now he doesn't look like a meme alien anymore. Now he like almost looks like a human being. Like even his skin color has some tone to it now. Before he used to look like alien pale,
gray.
It must have been like those. When he was in front of Congress having to testify, it probably made him super pale. And
with the water.
Yeah, the water. Drinking water weirdly. Those are fun memes. But anyways, I've been playing the Quest 2.
Okay.
That's where we came from. Mm-hmm. And I've just been playing this military shooter called Onward. And I remember picking it up because it seemed to be heavy campaign focused and like co-op-y story. You're going through like whatever generic military, like you're always either in fucking Russia or you're always in Fallujah, you're always in Iraq somewhere, and stuff. But I was like, well, I do like cooperative play, and in VR that's probably super cool.
That sounds sick. Yeah.
So I bought it, and at the time it was technically janky, and me and my friends only played it once. And so years later, like a year later, I turn it back on because I'm like going through all my VR games. I'm like, all right, I have a bunch of games loaded on here. Delete that. I don't play that. I don't play this. I'm like, Onward. I don't quite remember that one. So I booted it up, and it updated for like fucking like 20 minutes straight. And it finally loaded, and I was just like, did I ever play this? I'm not sure. And then and I start playing like the game modes. It turns out there's no campaign. There's no story to it. It's just like load some stupid levels, kind of like CSGO.
Like missions, yeah.
Yeah, and then like just go. And yeah, so that's how it is for single player and multiplayer. Like there's nothing to it. It's very bare bones. It's just like you kill a bunch of enemies, and there's only like 2 other objective games, which is like save some hostages, again, just like CSGO. Counter-Strike. I mean to say, for people who don't know what CS means. And that's like it. That's literally it.
Okay.
And for the only reason why I've been playing for hours is because I just like intricately hand-laid rifles in a 3D space with my own hands. Like for some reason, that's like the dopamine hit that I've been wanting. I've been playing it for like a week straight. I get home from work and I play it for about like 2-3 hours because that's how long the stupid VR battery lasts. And it'll die, and I'll charge it, and I'll watch some TV. And when it's charged, I put it back on, and then I go to bed later. Like that's how obsessed I am with it. The other day I was at work, and I couldn't stop thinking about the game. And again, this is the most bare bones, basic ass game. People would probably be bored with it after a couple rounds. Me, it just triggers something in my brain where I was like, oh, what if I did a loadout where I only had grenades and a knife?
Okay.
I want to do that.
So it's not like a set like default class that you're like you can choose your own.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. I think it's because they have just enough guns and just enough loadout customizations that while you're not playing it, you kind of like think like, oh, I wonder if I can kill about 32 people with only a pistol but no mag reserves.
Right.
Like only my one clip and like a couple of smoke grenades. I was like, I bet I could pull that off. And then you get home and you try it out. I think, okay, you solved it for me. You legitimately just solved it for me.
Fun.
I legitimately did not know how to explain it before the show started. So thank you for that, Ramirez. But yeah, that's
okay.
And by the way, this follows Starfield, which if you haven't heard of,
I was about to ask you.
Yeah. So as the show will know, I've been playing Starfield on and off for God knows how, like my goddamn feelings, my feelings about it are so wish-washy because I'm like, okay, I know it's a Bethesda game. If you played Fallout or Skyrim's or Oblivion's, then you know it's all about the story. But the story just isn't enough because the other half of a story is exploration and discovering shit and finding new weapons and powers and stuff. Starfield, I almost called it Skyfield, cuts out the
exploration. You are a beer in, yeah.
Cuts out the exploration part because unlike No Man's Sky or similar games like it, you can't launch off a planet and fly into space yourself. It's just a loading screen. And I know it's like the most privileged thing to like complain about, and it's also the most tired thing to complain about because everyone on the internet has the same complaints about Starfield. But it's what legitimately stops me from wanting to play because it's just like, I don't know, because like there's nothing bad about it.
Right. No,
let me tell you.
I've heard great reviews and everybody's raving about it. It's not a bad game.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with loading screens. I'm not like one of those weirdos who are just like, what? This game's not 4K, it's checkerboard 4K? Bad game. It's just like, that has nothing to do with the game. What are you talking about? No, there's nothing wrong with the loading screens. It's the fact that the game praised exploration and like creativity and freedom, but you don't have it.
Right.
Like the fact that you can, like, when you're in space flying between planets, you literally don't fly anywhere. Like you could, like one player, like on day one player on YouTube flew towards a planet for literal hours. I think they said it took like 9 hours.
No way.
And then when they finally touched the planet, it was just a JPEG.
Oh,
they flew right through it. So like, there's no planet flying. It's like, okay, No Man's Sky does that, so that's weird. That you said that space exploration is part of the fun.
Yeah.
In the marketing and in the big hype trailer that they did. And yeah, again, I mean, I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining, but it's just like, it really does hurt the experience to be like, because here's the thing, the story expects you to travel constantly. You go talk to someone, they're like, oh yeah, a couple of systems over, you know, there's some shit going down.
Yeah.
We need to check it out and help those guys out. And then in the menu, it'll be like, oh, this is like 13 light years away. Holy fuck.
Right.
And then you press the button to travel and it's just a loading screen. And then you
gotcha.
And then you get into the space, the planet space area, and then you click on the planet, and then you have to load again.
It might as well be like another room in a house. Like you go from the living room to the bathroom, and it's like a loading screen, and like you're magically there.
Yeah, exactly.
I see what you're saying. And as somebody that like has never even seen a trailer for that game. Like if you're making a game in outer space and you have a ship or whatever, I don't know what the means of transportation's, but like, yeah, like you expect to explore and like, oh, like what happens if I go this way? Like, yeah, that's a valid complaint, I think. I don't think you're being picky. And
I mean, if you know the history of Bethesda games, which I certainly do, I have played all those games. It's almost kind of expected. The same feel is constantly there. The only thing is that when I played even Oblivion, which is like, who knows how many years old at this point, probably like almost 20, probably even more, you didn't load in that game nearly as often.
Wow.
You walk and you walk and you walk through forests and plains and mountains and stuff like that, and you never load until you go inside a cave or inside of a building. But this game's constantly loading. It's just like, it's kind of immersion breaking for me. That being said, it is about the story of Bethesda games. There are side stories that I'm just like, this sounds cool. And then I hit a loading bar and I go, now it doesn't feel as cool anymore. That's the only problem. I promise that's the only problem. I'll probably get back to eventually, but you know what's kind of killing it for me? Not only am I playing VR, but if you remember all the news surrounding Cyberpunk 2077, how the game came out broken, it couldn't even play on last gen consoles, which is PS4 and Xbox One. and stuff like that. They just patched it with 2.0 or 3.0? 2.0. And there's a new expansion. And all the articles, all the reviews have been saying like that it's finally fixed.
Okay.
That this is finally the game that CD Projekt Red meant to release.
It was broken on release, and they now have patched it, quote unquote.
They patched it to the point where it's like almost a completely new game.
Okay.
In the way they meant to ship it. So now I'm excited about it because I do own the game. I don't own the DLC. I think it's another $30. But the 2.0 patch is free. And I've been thinking, I'm just like, why play a game that constantly loads when I can play a different RPG that makes me have freedom and a bunch of cool ass weapons and like robot augmentations, like sword arms. I want to play that instead. So like, but the reason, sorry for the audio listeners, edit that out. But the reason why I haven't turned it on yet is because I know for a fact, Ramirez.
That Keanu Reeves.
I know for a fact that the second I turn that game on and I start having fun, I will never touch Starfield.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I have to give Starfield a fair shake before I start Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's fair.
But what's even more important is I have to do this before the end of October, because what comes out near the end of October, I think it's like the 23rd or something, is Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. And boy, howdy, if you don't know me guys yet, let me tell you, I'm a giant Spider-Man fan. That game looks fun as hell.
That's your guy, Spider-Man.
It has GTA style loading between the two characters. Mm-hmm. At any time, you can switch between Miles and Peter Parker.
Okay, that's cool.
At any point.
2 different storylines.
Exactly. I'm just like, I thought it was like a linear story. We'll switch to it whenever it felt like it. But no, it's like real time.
That's badass.
I'm like, whoa. Now I have to buy this game. So
that's cool, dude.
So now before the end of October, I have to decide which one I want to play. Because ultimately, no matter how I feel about Cyberpunk and Starfield, they don't stand a chance to Spider-Man 2.
I feel like we haven't really had. I'm sure we have, but not like super into detail about like superheroes and stuff. Because I've told you, I'm a fan of like Batman and X-Men, and every time we have that conversation, you always, Spider-Man is the one for you. That's your superhero, right? So, dude, I don't even know what to say. You're gonna be playing Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah. You'll have your chance, though. You know why?
Why is that?
The same team that's making Spider-Man 2 is making the new Wolverine game.
Okay.
So you'll get your... I know... yeah, you don't own a PS5, do you?
I don't. Okay. I was always an Xbox guy, but...
So yeah. Feel free to come on over, because I'm definitely buying it.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how the logistics are going to work out, because obviously if I love the game, you're going to have to wait.
What's the genre? Like what are you doing?
Well, it's Insomniac Games, and they always do action adventure.
Okay.
So it's always third person, it's always actioning, it's always fast paced and arcadey. So I'm guessing it's going to be about the same gameplay.
Is it the Australian guy?
An Australian Wolverine, you mean?
What's his name?
Who?
The Australian guy.
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, is it him?
I think they're basing off the comics.
Okay. That's how much I know about comics and superheroes and stuff.
It would be funny if he voiced it though.
That'd be cool. He's a good actor. I like him.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's awesome. He's in the new Deadpool. What?
Is he really?
Yeah, I think they're just about filming around, maybe.
Okay.
Oh man, hold on, we gotta introduce those. Okay. Oh wait, no, we already did.
We already did.
We're gonna pour the new drinks.
Transition.
Bad transition. Ooh. Anyways, so yeah.
Okay, dude. No, yeah, I'll definitely. I'll give it a shot. And every time I speak to you about video games, and every time we have a conversation about video games.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold that thought.
What? What are you getting in the
Smell
nose?
Smell that.
Whoa. That smells super sweet.
Oh my god, like this smells like an energy drink, like a Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
Oh, let me pour. I need a better nose than that.
Oh, man.
Oh, I spilled it all over myself. Dude, sorry, drunk. Everybody. I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
I am.
So, just to give you guys what you paid for in terms of expectation of how the show runs, we will now have the nose and the taste description part of the show. So yeah, so as you can tell, oh my gosh, you can't even see through that.
That's like mango orange.
Yeah, so this one describes itself as a smoothie.
It says lemonade, mango, passion fruit, and raspberry, and it smells super good.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting all those notes. Like, yeah, this is definitely one of those things where it's just like, this is like one of those passion fruit style, like energy drinks. Like it's just super sweet, super kind of, not chemically, but like kind of like the way, food manufacturers will kind of have like those fruit forward kind of like they'll add like those, smells and tastes to the thing, but it does smell natural. I know I just said the word chemically, but it's just that's what it reminds me of.
No, I think you nailed it. It definitely tastes smells like a hint of Monster, and I love the smell of Monster. I don't drink it, but yeah, I think
you know what's fucked up?
Man, that smells good.
You know what's fucked up? When I smell Monster, I want it so bad. That's how bad the nostalgic is, and I can't have them because I'm in my 30s now. So.
Yeah, I can't have them because I have a pacemaker in my heart. But no, dude, that smells really good. Does it taste as good as it smells?
Well, I want to know how yours smells first. Does yours smell like Steve Austin?
Oh, that's right.
The Stone Cold himself?
So it smells like sweaty middle-aged men in their underwear. It's
well, this is an IPA, right?
It's an IPA
that just happens to have his name on it.
6.7%. Nah, he's doing his thing with them. I feel like he, as many of you guys know, he's notorious for drinking after his wrestling matches. And I'm sure he was going for like an easy, it's not super harsh, super mellow, easy to drink beer. I wouldn't really like if you poured this in a glass and told me like, oh, like what is in this glass? I would say, oh, it's like it's not an IPA, but it's like a heavier, just light beer. That's like an oxymoron or whatever. That's a contradiction, but it's an easy to drink IPA.
It's okay. I said a contradiction earlier too. I was like, it reminds me of the chemically ass energy drinks, but it's not chemical, I swear.
It's natural.
By the way, have you seen that interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin like a few years ago, where he's basically like, I'm not sure if it was Joe Rogan or maybe someone else, but like, he was basically like, yeah, I'm just a regular ass dude now. Mm-hmm. Like, he has a farm and a family, and he does regular ass family farm shit. Like, in his interview, he was seriously just like, yeah, my fucking tractor wasn't working the other day, and like I spent like a week trying to fix it. And that was like the whole interview. Well, not the whole interview, but I remember listening to that being like, wait a minute, this guy used to punch people in the face all day.
He was like the top star in wrestling for years. And yeah, no, he's like a super like normal dude.
Which I'm happy for him.
Yeah, dude.
To go from being super famous to just being like, all right.
Oh my!
I got my money. I'm just taking care of my family now.
Yeah, no, super cool dude. From Texas, I believe, and
yeah,
like he just has a ranch. He used to have a show, that just takes place in his ranch. Like they just film his everyday.
Oh, maybe that's the footage I saw.
Yeah, no, yeah, pretty cool. Big fan of him. Man, these guys, my wrestling heroes. They're getting old, dude.
Not The Rock.
Oh man,
He looks the same.
No, The Rock. Love-hate relationship with him. I don't like him after he went bald. Like, my Rock has hair, dude.
What kind of discriminatory ass shit are you saying right now? I hate bald motherfuckers.
He's just like, he's a brand now. I don't like that. I don't respect that at all.
I don't like it either, but at least he's not like Logan Paul being just like, be as toxic as possible. At least he's just like, be happy and drink my tequila sometimes.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, I'm sure if I had $1 trillion, I'd be like that too. But no, dude, he's such a different person now, I feel. Obviously he's loaded, he's jacked, like, things are going good, and props to him, like, he worked for it. Mm-hmm. But from then to now, it's just like a different person, and I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just a hater. I don't like him anymore.
Do you miss the turtleneck and fanny pack?
Turtleneck, the fanny pack, the jabronis. Like, he doesn't even drop jabroni. Yeah, the curls. Just everything about him was so good. And every now and then, like a rock from like a rock video on my Instagram will pop up from back then, and I'm just like, I still get goosebumps when I hear his intro music, dude. Like, oh my goodness. Dun, 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 dun.
Was there like a window break sound, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, that was this guy.
Oh, yeah. I just exposed where my allegiance lies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
No, yeah, I mean,
I will say this about his types. Mm-hmm. I don't like the over positivity when he's clearly not doing something cool. Mm-hmm. So like, he'll be like, "Oh my god, dude, I'm Black Adam. I love this character. I'm researching it. We're doing everything. They've written the most complex character possible. It's such a human story. Amazing. Oh, I'm doing Jumanji. Oh, like, it's the remix,
right? The
way they play on the old Jumanji movie and all. Like, every movie's on, he's like super positive, super hypey. And then people watch him, they're like, this is straight garbage.
It's the same shit. He plays the same character in every movie, and it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm not a fan of that. And I think you nailed it too. Like, dude, like, you're a person. Like, I'm sure, like, you feel sad sometimes. Like, show us that. Maybe, like, you'll be more relatable. But he's, like, buying people houses and, like, filming it. Like, oh, I just bought you a house. Like, oh, like, the people just like, yeah, dude. Like, I don't know.
This is what needs to happen. I still haven't watched it, but I have impressions from the internet that it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Not the ultimate best, but now that Jackie Chan's like super old, he keeps doing like these serious movies where he's just like this old foreigner. He's just like washed up. He's just like an old motherfucker, but he'll still beat your fucking like.
Right.
There's this Netflix movie where he's just like the makeup department like purposely made him look as old as he is. Like, he's just like disheveled. He's like, wait, like,
how old do you think he is?
Oh, I have no idea.
In his 70s?
Should we Google it right now?
Just to put it in perspective.
Okay.
I want
post picture. Put it right here. How old Jackie Chan is?
I think I'll take a guess. I think that Jackie Chan is in his late 60s.
I put Jackie Chan and it was like the 6th result, Jackie Chan age. So everyone's curious.
What is it?
Here we go. Is everyone ready?
70s.
He was born April 7th. That's a few days away from my birthday.
Oh, wow.
April 7th, 1954.
Please do the math. We were talking about math earlier and how we did not
I was just trying to make it fun for everyone. He is 69 years old.
Okay.
He's 70. He's basically 70.
I kind of nailed it.
Oh my God. Chuck Norris is older than him. For some reason I knew that, but I didn't really think about it. Chuck Norris is old as hell.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because in one of the movies, Bruce Lee was fighting Chuck Norris, And Jackie Chan was actually like an extra in one of Bruce Lee's movies. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a really cool story. Jackie Chan was an extra in one of Bruce Lee's movies, and in one scene, Bruce Lee like hits him with I think it's just like a stick or whatever weapon he used, and he actually hit him for real. Mm-hmm. And Jackie tells the story of how like Bruce Lee was concerned. He was like, oh, like he got the shot, but obviously like after the shot, he was like, oh, like, are you okay, Jackie? And Jackie Chan was like, oh yeah, like I'm fine, like no worries. But like he was actually like hurt bad.
Actually struck the shit out of him. Oh my god.
Oh, I love Jackie Chan. I need to watch his movies again.
My favorite, I'm not sure if they do this for every movie, but my favorite thing about Jackie Chan movies is like sometimes at the end, at least of course in like DVD extras, they film all of his mishaps or like the shots bloopers and the shots they don't use. So like you will see a really good shot that looks amazing and like his like arms are bleeding and shit and like whatever, and then he'll be like, no, that wasn't good. Yeah. Can we try that again? And it's just like, do you want to fix your arms? Like, just give me a clean shirt and then we'll do it real fast. And then like there's I forgot what movie it is, but there's this shot where like he grabs electrical wire that has like light bulbs strung throughout the thing, and as he's like slipping through, all the bulbs are going on, just sparking fucking everywhere, and his arms and hands are bleeding. There's like glass all over, and he wipes it off, and he's like, I don't know, I didn't feel good about that one.
And it's like the 70s or the 80s or whatever time frame it is, so they're just like, all right, Jackie, go again. He'd be like, all right, you're gonna hit me and I'm gonna fly back. It's like, okay. He gets fucking rammed and he messes the fucking pad that they put on the ground, the little gym pad. He messes it. He fucking bashes like his back and like the back of his head, and he gets up and he's just like, and he's like, oh, how'd that look? And he'll look at the monitor and go like, no, we gotta do it again. Concussed as fuck. He's like, oh, you want to do it again because you messed the mat? He's like, no, because the shot doesn't look right. Right. Oh, man. That guy, he loves his craft. Like, he's a perfectionist. From what I've seen, all the clips that I've seen online, like, he was always about that shot, like getting the shot right.
Not like you, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah. Fuck out of here, man. You jabroni.
I messed the tasting notes, by the way. This tastes crazy. This tastes smoothie type sour ale. You got 100% correct.
It looks like a smoothie. Like the color is right. Mm-hmm. What would you pair that with?
What would I pair this with? Oh my gosh. Put in some fucking ice cream. Let me tell you something.
Really?
No, it's like super sweet. The only thing that would like contrast with it is probably just I don't know, just something savory maybe. Like, no, I wouldn't. I was going to say a steak for a second. I was like, no, not a steak. This will fucking ruin a steak.
Like some good Chinese food maybe.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you're fucking me up right now. You know, I've been craving for like a week straight. Tacos. Like real Mexican style street tacos.
I got the place for you. I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want to go there next week and then there's a huge line, but I have a place for you. Trust me.
A huge line, huh? Nothing gets me more excited than a huge line. Okay. You know, it's like the most underrated feature on Google Maps.
What is that?
It's it's like the live busyness thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's weird. They used to have it near the top, but now you have to scroll like you have to open Google Maps, search your place, right? Click on your place, tap it, or whatever, and so that the little overlay comes up. And you have to scroll near the bottom now.
Is it on the bottom now?
Yeah, and it'll be like, and it'll tell you like the hours that places are usually busy. I'm guessing they pull that data from everyone else who uses Google Maps or have it in the background.
Kind of like the traffic, right?
Yeah, like live traffic. And I used to be skeptical of that thing. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. It says no one's there, and I'm gonna go there, and people are there. It's actually decently accurate.
Really?
Decently. There have been times where I was like, I want to go to a breakfast place, and it turns out like somewhere before noon, like right before breakfast ends, like the traffic dips. And I went there, and it was not true. But I was like, I should expect that because it's a breakfast place. People want to go there any hour as long as it's before noon. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We went to a bakery cafe place. Said that the menu was the same all day, but to come at like around like 10, 11 a.m. And it was right. There's like we watched a lot of people leave the restaurant. And then when we actually went inside, there was like almost no one in there. Like everyone was outside instead. And I was just like, how did it know?
That's cool.
How did it know people were outside instead? So weird.
Because I'm like you. I always thought it was like not accurate at all. Like a suggestion almost. But I'm going to have to keep an eye out on that. Because I never really... Yeah, that's cool. Okay,
I finally got it.
What?
This tastes like orange juice. But if you decided to put a few more fruits in your blender and go, and then kind of like strain it out.
Like what kind of fruits though? Strawberry is very different than a blackberry.
Like the passion fruit. It's definitely like passion fruit.
Can I taste it?
If you don't mind my germs, you can taste whatever you want.
It smells like... Oh man.
Oh, buddy.
It does taste like a really organic, fresh mango juice to me.
But what does it taste like?
It's got the sweetness of the fruit. Man, that's really good. That's really good. I feel like I would pair that with like some shrimp maybe. Like a
shrimp tacos.
Shrimp tacos. That's really good.
There we go. Man, I'm so sad that this can was expensive. I kind of want another one.
Yeah. Maybe it was just the store that we went to because it was a single can. I'm sure they hike up the price for single cans.
Yeah. Anyway,
don't lose that can. That's good beer.
Ramirez. I want to move on a little bit.
Yeah.
Switch topic a bit. I want you to talk about your history and your love and or hate relationship with alcohol.
Yeah.
Whatever your alcohol story is.
Okay, so I'm sure, you've kind of mentioned I mean, it's no secret, right? We used to work at like a liquor / wine / spirits / every alcoholic drink ever.
I know, be careful. I don't want to censor you. You might dox us.
So me and him, for our work, it was incentivized for us to know a lot about wine and spirits. So while working at this unnamed location, we, as employees, every time we got paid, we grab a couple of 6-packs, grab a bottle here, grab a bottle there.
Yeah.
So I used to drink a lot more than I do now, just because I had an excuse, like, oh, it's I have to know what it tastes like to recommend it to customers. So yeah, I would definitely say that a couple years ago I would drink maybe at least one beer after I got home from work, and it was more. I didn't have a problem, but it was more of a like, okay, time to tone down, time to relax, and I never abused alcohol. I was never like, oh, I need to have something at all times. No.
No, yeah.
But now I kind of find myself having a drink maybe once a week. Where
same. Corks and Controllers, youtube.com.
Yeah. So I've definitely toned down a little bit. Me and my girlfriend like Trulies. We like White Claws, so a little more seltzers as opposed to beers. The occasional wine if we're doing something fancy like a steak dinner or something at home. But I do enjoy now, like I do enjoy.
Oh God, that was louder. That was louder than I meant.
No, I have a couple bottles at home that I haven't even opened.
I just realized this is Vic. This is Philip Vaz's mic. That's what you get for being sick.
Guest.
Oh my God, I didn't mention that. I'm sorry. Victor's absent because he's still sick. So don't worry.
In the middle of the podcast,
he's still my co-host. He's still the man. So,
yeah.
It was implied. I talked about Victor.
Okay.
It was implied.
You did.
Sorry, go ahead.
But no, I mean, I definitely cut back a lot. My vibe is more seltzers nowadays. Devil's lettuce, if you want to get into that, a little more now than before. Just a relaxing agent.
Yeah.
But
for sleeping.
For sleeping, I have chronic back pain.
Oh, I just can't sleep.
Really?
Well, like
because you're playing video games all night.
Well, it's not impossible, but I develop bad habits. So like when I have like a lot of closing shifts, I'm like, oh, I don't have to wake up till like fucking like 10.
Your brain tricks you.
So I can stay up till like 1 or 2, and then I'm just like, no, I don't. I hate waking up and needing to go to work in like an hour or 2. So I was just like, no. So like I'll have a little bit like before my reasonable time. That way I'm yawning and I'm just like, ooh, right. My head. I should lay down. And then like, yeah. But anyways, no, I can't. Do I need to try seltzers again? I remember not getting down with seltzers.
I think seltzers. There's definitely like if your issue is they're too sweet. Like a lot of people say, oh, like they're too sweet. I don't like them.
My issue is they don't taste like shit. I wish they're sweet.
Okay. No, because I was gonna say like in my experience, White Claws are a little more, or a little less sweet than Trulies, for example. Mm-hmm. And obviously, you can go down the rabbit hole, and there's so many seltzers nowadays, but I feel like if it's like a matter of taste, you can find your seltzer and enjoy a seltzer. Because these, no matter what beer it is, even if it's Bud Light, they're a little heavier than seltzers. And I'm sure it's just because of like what they're made of, right? Like wheat and stuff, as opposed to whatever.
Yeah. So
you can find a seltzer that you like, but it's a different animal than the beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I feel your plight. I was telling the story the other episode about like how when we first came into our mutual job that like nearly everyone there were you an OG? Were you a builder?
I wasn't an OG, no.
No, okay.
I came in 2 years after.
Okay, I'm starting to remember that. Oh, yes. I'm starting to remember when I trained you. Mm-hmm. For some reason, you had a day where you hung out with me. Mm-hmm. And they were just like, hey, Richter, show this guy. And I'm just like, okay. Only because I remember your old classes, now that I think about it. Mm-hmm. Anyways. But yeah, every single person there was like a bourbon head. I'm not sure if they have an actual fan term. Right. But I'm just going to call them bourbon heads for now on.
As opposed to being like a wine head or...
a barrel
beer.
a barrel head.
Right.
That everyone on there was all about bourbons. And then I was telling the story about like I was like I tried a bourbon maybe once when I was like 18, 19, 20. Like maybe I missed something because before they just burned me. No, it was the same. I bought so many bourbons based on hype and recommendations, and every single one of them burns me. And they burn me to this day, which is why they're still filled. This one's probably as old as I am.
Dude, that's a good bottle.
And it's a good...
Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason why it's lower than the rest is because sometimes I'm in the mood for it. And sometimes means months at a time.
Yeah.
Like months later. But anyways.
Wait, funny enough, though, I have the exact same bottle.
The antique.
Which, for the audio only, it's the Weller's Antique 107. I have the exact same bottle, unopened, dude.
Unopened.
Yeah. So I'm with you.
I had a black label. I forgot specifically what it was called, but I had a black label Weller. And I had it for the at the time,
right,
for the longest time. I had it for like a year. And my brother, who is into bourbons, saw it for a second and went like he basically turned into freaking crackhead mode.
Mine now.
And I swear to you, I'm not talking bad about my brother. I love my brother to pieces, but like, he was essentially like shaking. He was just like, "Can we open that?"
Okay. And
I was just like, yeah, I'm not saving it. I just have it because I was hyped on it.
Right.
And now that it's in my room, I can't care for it, even if I tried. And we open it, and I swear, like, I wanted to give him the bottle so badly because like he was sipping it, and he was just like, he looked like he was tasting pieces of cake. He'll take a little shot of it, and he'd be like, "That is so smooth." Oh. And like, and you know, someone's birthday, so he'll leave my room. This is back when I lived with my parents. He'll leave my room, and he'll come back in. He's like, I need another. Hold on. like his mind was exploding every single time. Like post Victor put in that meme of like those guys from the Awesome Show who's like mind blown. Like he was like that every single time he took a sip.
Yeah.
And he would come back like every like 15 minutes being like, "Oh god, dude."
Yeah.
He's like, so at this point I need to pay you for how many shots I'm taking. And
for poor.
And I'm just like, maybe you should. He ended up not to.
Right.
You know, family discount. And like, and I can never get at that level. I was like, these tequilas and all these bourbons I have, I can't fucking do them.
Yeah.
So anyways, but to go back to what you're saying, like, yeah, my sympathies is like, I came in being like, okay, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to drink. And then I'm one of the old heads at that company. So like I was there for like nearly 6 years, probably like 5.5, which was old at the time. I know that doesn't sound very old, but near the end of it, I was like, it was all product to me.
You were there from conception.
Yeah. Like it was all product to me. They were not things to drink. Right. They were not liquids. They were just pieces of bulk and cardboard that are in my way. And I was just like, can someone fucking work this pallet already? Jesus Christ. Get it out of my warehouse.
Yeah.
And I only bought things that are somewhat interesting for like I would spend like a month researching. Like I'll ask someone, I was like, what do you think about this gin? And they're like, oh, it's this and the notes of that. And I'm like, okay. And I'll ask someone else. I'm like, I'll point at the same bottle. Like, what do you think about this? And if like I had like two or three people who agreed that it was good, I was like, all right, I'll buy it.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, the reason why I mentioned that I have this bottle unopened at home is because like you said, I feel like, you know, I don't drink it necessarily because I want to. It's more of a thing where if somebody comes over, like, oh, I have this thing that it's supposed to be really good, but and then I'll open it, but it's not like I'm just you know, hoarding it or just keeping the bottle because it looks pretty. Like, I have no issue. Like, I actually, oh God. All right.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going. I'm gonna do a tiny one.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
Okay.
The world's smallest amount.
Should I wait? Okay, because you're probably gonna cut all this. All right. So, Victor brought these out, and I'm assuming that he wants me to pour a tiny bit of Weller Antique 107. So here I go.
Yeah, but what about your story though?
My story was that when I mentioned earlier that I had one of these Weller's Antique 107s unopened at home, wasn't because I'm saving it or I'm going to resell it in the future or anything like that. It's more like I don't really drink bourbon like I used to before. Mm-hmm. But if you come over one day, like, and you want to taste it, dude, I'm okay with opening it and fucking going ham. So
you heard America. That's he invited me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not barging into your private home.
We have
for no reason.
We have to do something in my apartment. Yeah,
of course. I miss being in that apartment. God, I only been like twice, I think.
I know. I'm ashamed. I'm trying to get my life together. Okay, Victor.
God, this is gonna burn me like the other episode. Obviously, you haven't seen that one, but
what do you smell?
I don't think it's edited yet. But what I smell? Mm. I'm smelling. God, they all smell the same to me. It's definitely. First of all, it burns my nose hairs. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely that slight bit of charcoal, that slight bit of smokiness.
Mm. A little oaky, would you say?
Oaky. If it's there, it's very light. I'm getting like brown sugar.
Brown sugar, definitely. A little caramel.
Oh, was it no, it was the Old Forester Rye. Wait, we tried last time, but this is still gonna hurt me. Like
that one. Take it. What are you doing?
I'm afraid.
You're sipping, right? Caramel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fucking do.
The good thing is that tomorrow's Friday.
Yep. It's my day off. It's my day off tomorrow.
You lucky bastard.
It's my day off tomorrow too.
Oh my gosh. I don't feel bad for pouring you extra now.
I know, I was gonna say, I was like, I hope I'm getting the bigger one.
Yeah.
But
that's good shit, dude.
Yeah, I'll call it good.
Would you prefer like putting an ice?
Yeah, I think that's what helps me when I'm in the mood. Mm-hmm. Because like, I won't lie to you guys, when I'm in the mood for bourbon, it's because I kind of want to get attacked, and I kind of want like I want the heaviness, I want the burn, I want to, for the lack of better terms, I want to get fucked up a little bit, which is fair to say because this is 53%. And yeah, and every time I go for it, I put the biggest block of ice that I got, and I spin it around. I let it dilute for a couple minutes, and I go in, and it's so much better.
Yeah.
So not to hate on you guys who love bourbon. I love you guys as well. You're welcome to the show. We're gonna try to have more bourbons. We did have one recently. So just know I'm not dogging it. It's just not. You saw my face. It's not for me.
Hey. We accept bourbon drinkers, wine drinkers, beer drinkers. You don't have an issue with any, right?
And I accept people who play gacha games on their phones.
For many years.
Though again, you heard me admit on this very show that I've turned my phone sideways for a couple of games here and there. Okay.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's the future gaming.
That's my derogatory term for mobile games, is turning my phone sideways. No, I've been playing the Final Fantasy one that came out recently.
Oh, really? Is it a gacha game?
Yeah, it's a gacha game because you may or may not remember that Final Fantasy VII is my most favorite one in the series.
Yes.
They made a gacha game.
No shit.
Yeah, you can have like Eris and Tifa in bikinis and Cloud in like cool armor, and I'm like so for it. Except that it's heavily implied. Well, I mean it's a gacha game, but it's heavily implied that the best way to get them in those outfits is to pay.
Oh yeah,
because the grind to get them there without paying, I'm already
infinite.
I'm already feeling it. It's gonna take so long.
I'm with you. Yeah,
but so long to me is like maybe at best an hour of gameplay, but most likely it's only like 20 minutes, and I'm okay with it. I'm still having fun.
That's good. Once you stop having fun, don't even think about it. Just delete it off your phone because it's a cyclical. I think that's the word, cycle. It's just, that's dude. Yeah. 8 years pass. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? But now, hey, I deleted the gacha game, and now I'm back on Instagram, baby. So just replace it with another one. Dude.
To be fair, that's what happens. I effectively use 5 to 7 apps, and they're all like varying use of cycle, where I'll be like, I'm all about the new Instagram threads. That's like a Twitter.
Right.
And now I don't even touch it. So anyways, Ramirez, before we end the show.
Yeah.
I do want to touch on a topic that may or may not be controversial, but I think it might be a fun conversation.
Okay.
Earlier I mentioned that our friend Mark Zuckerberg, the Zuck, get sucked on, was at a MetaConnect event where he was super jacked, and he was talking about the new version of the headset that will likely make me jealous, but I can't afford it anyway, so who cares? I'm just going to keep playing the same games over and over again.
Yeah.
While he was there, he mentioned an update to another existing product that I think may or may not interest you, based solely on the fact that you wear glasses on your face.
And that's the qualifier.
And that's the only commonality that I'm going with to have this conversation, is that you decided to live your life with glasses on your head. It's not because you need it.
Right. It's a choice.
But you may or may not have heard of this. It's called Ray-Ban Stories. So as the name implies, they partner with Ray-Ban to put, they call it like a weird, like semi-AI experience, but what it glorifies from is just a video camera on one side of the frame, not the glasses part, but the frame. And like somewhat quiet speakers that shoot directly towards your earlobes. And there may or may not be like another feature there, but that's basically it. It's basically headphones that don't go in your ear and a perspective camera, because it's conveniently like right here, like right next to your temple, if you will. And I decided this conversation because there's a new version of it where it's just like, also you can be like, hey Facebook or hey Meta or however the fuck they decide to do it,
right,
to have a little assistant in your ear. And my question to you is, as a glasses wearer, how you feel about the thing that you have to live with doing more than you expected to, which is to see.
Right. Okay, that's really interesting. I have no idea about this product or potential product that you're speaking about, but I have a couple questions. Is this in the prototype stage? Is this final? Like what's the stage?
The stage is that this is the second product. There was already a Ray-Ban Stories, which is a somewhat decent camera, maybe trashy, depends on who you ask.
Right, for like an eyeglasses camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive because it's so small, but trash because you can't really do anything with the end results. You know, you'll try to share it to like Instagram or your friends, and it'll be like, What am I looking at? It's so blurry.
Potato
Quality, yeah. But I heard the audio, like for podcasts, it's perfect because spoken word is at a specific frequency. I should know because I make a podcast. That's okay for things that don't go directly into your ears. But for anything that needs a little bass or for anything that needs a little high end, it's kind of trash for music. But apparently it's improved. Apparently the Ray-Ban Stories 2 is now a little bit better for music, much better for podcasts because they got that frequency for voices down. And the camera is actually at a resolution that you might actually care about visible. And send to your friends.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so...
And now it has like AI stuff in it.
Gotcha. Okay, I see where you're at. Which kind of leads to my second question is, I do like the aspect of not wearing headphones. We kind of spoke briefly about wired headphones making a comeback and stuff. But I do like the aspect of not having something in your ear for audio. But does that mean that somebody sitting next to me could also hear that audio? Or is it directed into my ears so specifically that it's only me listening to the audio?
Yeah, so no matter what, it'll always never be quiet enough for, like, say, someone who sits directly behind you, especially if it's quiet, especially if you work in an office like you do.
Okay.
The person next to you is definitely going to hear it.
Yeah.
But they claim that they made the directionality towards your own ear a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, like, if they do hear it, it's not going to be like, Ramirez, can you turn that down? It'll be like, what is that? Oh, it's Ramirez's glasses. Okay.
Okay.
Like a little bit more of that situation instead of you annoying people.
Okay, which, you know, for the Ray-Bans 2 or whatever, Model 2 version 2, I dig it, and I don't know if I would consider, you know, replacing these guys with... I'm assuming they're going to be a little bit heavier just because of the tech they have inside.
Oh, probably, definitely.
Yeah, so that might be an issue too. As somebody who wears, you know, glasses, I do like the functionality of more so the audio than the visual than the camera, just because I listen to a lot of audio. But maybe in a couple of years when, you know, technology, like it always does, maybe improves, it gets a little bit lighter, a little less unnoticeable maybe. I like the idea. I think that I could be a potential customer for that, consumer.
You're into it if the tech is not intrusive.
Yes.
That's how I feel about a lot of things.
Right?
Sorry, I was it looks like I'm ignoring Ramirez, but I'm just trying to find him on the webpage. Oh, okay. So here's the AI aspects: is that you can live stream from your glasses. So straight up, whatever you're looking at, everyone else can see too.
Okay, I'm not a content creator, so.
So there's the camera part where it's just like, oh yeah, we made a new advanced camera that could post directly to Instagram if you wanted to.
Okay.
Here's the listening part. Listen to music, go on a walk, or dance in the middle of the street, I guess. I'll put a little capture here for people who can't see my phone. Obviously, you can call people on them. That's not a thing. Here, ask Meta AI. Hey, what did she ask it? God, that GIF was so fast. You can't even see what the fake question was. Anyways. Jesus. The new Ray-Bans. Oh, whatever. Okay. So they partner with people so they can get your prescription. Apparently there's over 150 different custom frames and lenses combination, so they're lighter and more comfortable.
But they're all Ray-Bans. It's like a partnership there.
Yeah. And you can now live stream straight to Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
You can say, "Hey Meta, live stream now, please," for $300.
Who do you think the consumer is for this?
I'd like to think the consumer is... Okay, here's what I hope, And here's what I think they think. I think they think that for people who don't find it convenient to capture or interact with Facebook products, think that if they just had it with them all the time, that it might change their usage. What I would hope it's for is for people who wear glasses anyways and likes to listen to music and like ignore everything else. Because that's like, I always tell, like, I know glasses wearers are probably tired of non-glasses people wearing of saying things like this.
Yeah.
But sometimes I wish I wear glasses. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I do look in the mirror when I look at non-prescription glasses and be like, hey, I kind of look cool, but obviously I won't buy them because I get fucking reprehended every time I'm faced with an actual glasses wearer being like, oh, do you have this prescription? And I'm like, no. And they're just like, okay.
Why?
And they look at me funny. And I'm like, I didn't know you hated yourself for wearing glasses.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the issue. Is that I know I have the option of contacts. I know that's an option. But it's just too much work. I'm somebody who's very lazy. I'm somebody who
I can definitely identify with that.
Exactly. So the issue here is that I don't want to be having to put them on and off constantly, right? When I go to sleep, when I wake up, when I cut my hair, right? Like I can't cut my hair with my glasses on. Like that's an issue. So
Oh my God. I relate that to so hard because not even a month ago, I tried to cut my own hair and I failed and I ended up having to go into my barber anyways. My stylist.
And you have no glasses.
Now imagine if I couldn't fucking see.
Exactly, motherfucker. Okay. So that's what the issue is. I don't. If I had a choice, I wouldn't want to have this object on my head 24/7. Like I don't want that in my life, but I need it to see. I need it to be able to drive safely.
Unless you're live streaming your drive, then you'd hella want it.
With my phone in front of me, watching the live stream.
I gotta make sure those comments are coming in. Gotta respond.
No, I think that's where the issue lies. Because I have to wear glasses doesn't mean that I want to. So when somebody wears glasses, even though they don't have to, I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're doing something that you maybe shouldn't or maybe don't need to. There you go.
Yeah. But before, I would obviously say to people who like, I had people like not get in my face, but they would directly ask me like, what's going on? And I'd be like, I think I look nice. I think it's part of that. Like, this is part of my, like, on some days where I do like care about how I look, I'd be like, I wore these glasses with these pants on purpose. Like, it's a little bit fashionable. But yeah, but I've stopped because I've been reprimanded too many times. Too many times.
I see your side as well. I see your side of the argument. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, but here's the other thing though, because I mean, obviously these Ray-Ban stories, they come in sunglasses option, which most people are going to buy if they do buy it at all. But is there like do you feel like a sort of aspect to this meta approach where it's just like, I'm stuck. Okay. Do you feel like some sort of weird thing where it's just like, hey, glasses are glasses, but you need one that has a camera and speakers and internet connection?
Yeah, I think that's where the issue lies. Because
you're like, I didn't want these in the first place. And now you're telling me that I do need them because there's tech inside of them.
Yeah. Now I need them because they have a camera inside them and speakers inside of them. Yeah, I guess my issue, or because like I said, I can see myself maybe in future generations of this product, maybe like considering them. But right now it's like I want to know who the consumer is, because I personally, and I think that a lot of people my age, especially younger people, are not really into using Facebook and, you know, going down that rabbit hole, I guess. But like, I don't know who the consumer is, because older people, like boomers, yeah, some of them, but not all. Like, older people are not gonna wear glasses with like, I just don't know who the consumer is. Like, were they trying to get to buy this? I don't think that I'm a consumer for this. And you have to have people that wear prescription glasses, like.
Yeah, it's either prescription
right?
or the sensible thing is to get the sunglasses version.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So if you get the non-prescription one, it's just like,
yeah,
maybe you just like the tech, which is why you just
tech enthusiasts.
It's so funny. I won't do it now, but after the show's over, I do have 2 glasses that have tech.
You're the consumer.
One I didn't buy. I am the consumer. Okay, here's the thing. I will explain one of them. One of them is called the Snapchat lenses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've used them before. I think I've uploaded with them before. But it's just like, okay, so I have a little flashing light in the corner of my sunglasses. And like, they're great for concerts or when you're walking down the street and you see something kind of cool. Like this one time I took a video of a street band that was on the side of the street, and then like I uploaded it to like my Google photo cloud, whatever the hell. And then one day, like months later, it's just like, hey, do you remember this memory? And it's just like, oh yeah, I was walking down the street of like Santa Cruz, and like this cool band was there and like just playing on the street. I was just like, and it's like in this nice perspective shot in a spherical thing, and so like you get my whole perspective instead of like me having like a square photo taken from my phone. And as little impact that sounds, is like, it kind of makes a difference. It kind of makes, it's just like, oh, like, you know, this is exactly where my head was facing at this moment. Like it's somewhat interesting as a photo, but as a technology, it's just like, you know, you got to take them out of the case. You have to intentionally wear them down the street because you never know what's going to happen. That part's annoying. Yeah. It's just like, I'm going to look like a dork in case something cool happens.
In case I want to record something. Yeah.
That's the only issue with them. But like, if you are okay with that, if you're okay walking down the street because you're in a town you've never been to yet, that's fun.
That is fun.
Now, the other glasses I have are the fucking Razer audio glasses. They only have speakers in them. They don't do anything else.
Okay, which that's interesting, because when you brought up the Facebook ones, I was like, what if they did an audio version only? So yeah, tell me about those.
Well, they're somewhat like first gen looking in terms of they got very bulky stems. Is that what you call them? Stems, temples, maybe?
Frame? I don't know.
Like, not the front part, the one that goes over your head. I think they're called temples. Yeah. But anyways, sure. They have very thick temples, so they don't look very natural.
Okay.
As glasses.
They're this thick.
But your ears aren't plugged. Mm-hmm. So unless your music's super loud, you can still hear everything around, which I thought I would like, because it's just like, hey, I live with cats, I live with a girlfriend. Sometimes they need my attention, and I'm not blocked out to the rest of the world. Turns out that didn't matter in my particular case, because when I'm in the office, my girlfriend knows that I might be busy, and my cats are so loud anyways.
To the
point. Well, if there's something wrong, they meow so loudly that even with my super expensive Sony noise canceling block out the entire world headphones, I still fucking hear them anyways. Right. But if they're just meowing in the next room, I don't need to know that. They can. My cats are allowed to meow whenever they want, right? Cue the meow. I'm just kidding. There's no cats around. That's the show, though.
Okay.
Hey, we got through a show. This is a show we have. The show is over.
Oh my gosh, dude, I had so much fun.
I'm glad. Especially since you're just like, I'm a nervous wreck.
I was super nervous, and I'm always going to be a nervous person. But did we not speak about having before this podcast, did we not speak about having a podcast where we just drink a beer and just talk shit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're bringing up... Okay. So for people who follow me, obviously I had my Nerdcast and my Speakeasy podcast, 2 different shows, same premise. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, okay, that one's like fading, dying because people are busy and I respect their lives. And I was just like, well, me and Ramirez aren't, well, I don't know about now, but at the time, me and you weren't that busy. And I was just like,
right.
I wonder if there's a show. God, what was it called? Do you remember the prototype name? No. But yeah.
It was under the Speak Geeky banner, right? Like,
oh, yeah, it was just going to be a new Speakeasy.
Yeah.
But it was going to play a little bit more to the Speakeasy pun that the name was.
Right.
It had nothing to do with drinks, but we're just going to drink and talk about games.
Right.
And then we just did it.
Here it is, folks. You're welcome.
But now you work in an office. Who knows how busy you are with your Ray-Ban glasses.
Man. No, I mean, hey, if there's demand, if the people want this, I'm here, man. Every Thursday if you want me.
The people already know that my dreams is that we make just enough money. And I'm sorry to mention money, but you know, that's the real. Hey,
we're in the real world, baby.
That's the real world, and that's the band that plays in the background of everything you've ever enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you know, I want a media empire. I want Speaking Media to be a thing, and I want to make like 20 shows a day.
Yeah.
And have an editor edit it instead of me.
Dude. I know, man.
Like, I want to do Corks Controllers. I want to go over to you and do the newsfeed. And I want to come home and live stream. That's my dream.
Yeah.
Just play whatever fucking games I feel like it. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Your one view, your one listen already supports the media empire. So I thank you for that. And speaking of money, since it's on the topic anyways, again, 100% optional. You can feel like you've already supported me enough by just listening, and that is 110% true. But if you feel like it, you can go to ko-fi.com/corks and controllers and think of that as our digital tip jar. So you can go over there, but you can also support us by just talking, interacting, and having a good time with us by going to either podcast@speaky.net, send us a little email, or you can do it the old-fashioned, good old way that everyone does it anyways, which is the YouTube comments, the Instagram comments, the thread comments, whatever other social media that we happen to be on. And you can also rate the episode on Apple Podcasts. Google Podcasts is dead. Officially, as of a few days ago. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
No more Google Podcasts. It's now YouTube Music that just happens to have podcasts on it. Mm-hmm. I think we're on there. I'm going to have to double check.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm losing some people who might love YouTube Music, which I just learned is a thing. I have a subscription, but I don't use it. And I assume it's like that for everyone else.
Most likely.
I just love the YouTube Premium with no ads. Mm-hmm. God, I hate ads. I love the ads that YouTubers do themselves, but I hate the ads that pop up in the middle of my video.
You hate the Honda commercial.
I'm like, I'm not watching cable TV. I'm watching some dork film himself in his backyard. Why would I want to watch an ad? Anyways, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Victor might be out for the next episode, but you can see him in the episode after that. I don't know. All right, bye.
Thank you, guys.